The Central Bank of the Russian Federation raised the key rate to 19%. Current inflationary pressure remains high, said the head of their central bank. She prognoses for a further increase in the key rate. Annual inflation for the current year may exceed the July forecast range. And now the Russians have a rather interesting situation. After all, pro-Russian media and bloggers say that everything is fine in Russia and that Putin has transferred the Russian economy to military rails. But in fact, Putin spends a lot of money on the war, but at the same time remains outside the military economy. The Kremlin actively finances the production and restoration of weapons. This is mainly why there are reports about the growth of the Russian economy. But the economic sense of these expenses is about the same as sending money into the production of anything with the aim of immediately throwing it away. Because all these tanks, armored personnel carriers, howitzers and missiles are sent to the front where they remain without affecting economic development of Russia. Another area of financing is recruiting. This can be compared to payments to citizens for committing suicide. Relatives get rich one time, there is a little economic sense. Well, the third goes to support the military action. This is very, very expensive. For example, spending on fuel, which burns very effectively after strikes of unknown drones. Now the Russian economy is divided into two. One is regular, the second is military. And it is the military economy that creates wild distortions. People are removed from the regular economy. Some go to the front, some to a military plant, some flee the country. As a result, salaries in the regular economy grow unjustifiably high due to the bar set by military salaries and payments, which kills business efficiency. Money from the military unit flows into the regular one, where it doesn't find a sufficient amount of goods and services, which causes inflation. This is called overheating of the economy, which is usually followed by a crisis. And in order to avoid this crisis, the Central Bank of Russia raises the key rate time after time. Usually it works. Money becomes more expensive, there are fewer loans, more deposits, extra money leaves circulation, inflation goes down. But in the Russian Federation, the problem is in the military economy, and the high rate is used to treat the regular one. It's like if the right hand was wounded and the tourniquet was applied to the left. The central bank cannot influence military spending, and it will continue to flow like a river, which means the distortion will not go away. In general, the situation in the Russian economy remains unhealthy, and will remain so as long as the insane military spending continues and the sanctions are in place. Of course, I hope that sooner or later the bubble will collapse, but we will not predict anything. We will calmly observe.